elimination volleyball match between the Camosun Chargers and your Fanshawe Falcons.
Live here at the Glenn Johnson Athletics Center as we'll have game one of day 3 here as we await the national anthem. It's the bronze semifinal match number 1 as we'll have the host Fanshawe Falcons take on the Camosun Chargers here. My name is Patrick Malinowski. Joining alongside me is analyst Everett Delord. Everett, it's going to be a tough match. This is Fanshawe's first time playing Camosun. What can they look forward to?
Well, Camosun is a very physical team. They're a veteran team. They're the 3-time reigning Pac-West champions. They won this tournament back in 2015. They are very, very well coached. Looking at the lineup right now, though, a bit of a much different starting lineup than what we saw yesterday, starting in the semifinal. You know, we see Savannah Walker-Bear. He was there yesterday. We see Douglas Waterman and their other middle on the other side. But other than that, a bunch of new guys out there. We see Michael Bowers out there. No Hakim Ostrom. So they are going to see probably a bit of a different team than they've game planned against so far.
Now, Everett, what do you think Patrick Johnston's game plan is for Fanshawe? Obviously, they would like to repeat as bronze medalists if they want to win this match and advance to the bronze medal game.
Absolutely, and that's going to be Fanshawe's goal here on Patrick Johnston's birthday. Big shout out to the Fanshawe coach. But to get there, they are going to have to stay the course and play a solid game on all sides of the ball. They can't just rely on James Jackson to drop bombs and Trey Foreman to go chizzy off the block all day long. They got to play both sides of the ball. They got to serve tough. They got to be strong, and they got to make sure they play good detailed defense. And that will be one of the big differences for the Fanshawe team this morning if they want to be in the bronze match like this afternoon.
As you can see here, Fanshawe's absolute starting lineup. This would be Andre Foreman, the outside hitter, coming in as well as the starter. Sam Hahn, who had an excellent game yesterday against Mohawk, is also another starter. Lethbridge, one of the leaders on this team. David McCoy, the 5th-year veteran from Petawawa. And the big man, James Jackson, a London native. Starting as well here. Lights on. We'll be getting ready to play in this semi-final bronze medal match. Now, Everett, do you have a pregame prediction here?
Oh, you know, with two teams like this, you've got two teams that have really been amongst the top in the country all year long. You can't make a prediction. It's a tough situation to be in. Yesterday, obviously, Fanshawe went through a big emotional 5-set win over, one of their longest running rivals, Mohawk. And, they kind of owed them one. They lost to them earlier in the regular season. They didn't get a chance to face off in the OCAA playoffs. And, they managed to get that win in 5 at home, even coming from behind, down 2-1. On the other side of the net, you got Camosun, who suffered a bit of a heartbreak last night, going through that 5-set, or going through that 3-set loss to Limoilou like they did. Let's see how they rebound this morning.
Will be number 8, Matthew Canton, starting it off here as he's at the service line.
We saw Canton come in on and off from off the bench yesterday in place of Borden. Today, the 4th year gets a start.
We are underway here. Lethbridge sets. That was a great block there by number 6, Isaac Delabo, the middle. Camosun starting it off here with the point.
Seb Lethbridge deciding to go to the middle to Evan Rabb.
Cannon puts it over. Lethbridge setting it up again. This is the Sam Otten.
Off the net, dribbles down. Lethbridge unable to save it. 2 quick points for Camosun early.
Costly mistake there as Camosun is now leads 2-0 here in the first set, as this will be number 8, Matthew Canton, still at the service line for the Chargers.
Dre Foreman so far taking all 3 balls in serve receive. We're going to see him doing a lot. Fanshawe using a 2-man serve receive to let James Jackson on the outside and swing, and they're going to go outside.
Another
that one off the block and out of bounds.
That's the point for Fanshawe as that block going off of number 6, Isaac Delabo. And now this will be his 6th opponent, the big man, James Jackson, at the service line.
That set was much too low there by Canton. Phones off his hands a little bit.
A double touch being called, and Jackson still at the service line here for Fanshawe. Game tied up at 2.
Jackson.
Putting it out wide. And now this will be number 5, Matthew Bowers, the outside hitter from Milton, Ontario. First year at the service line.
We saw Bowers come in last night, and with the amount of chances that he's been getting so far, you have to think that head coach Charles Parkinson is really grooming him for the future. Didn't have a great outing last night. Coming in off the bench, you're really looking for someone who's going to bring a spark and bring some energy, and he seemed lost sometimes on the court. But he's a big body. He's played for a long time. He knows his game really well, so hopefully he can kind of work through those things and become a solid player for this Camosun squad.
Lethbridge setting it up for Odin. Great dig there by Font.
Bowers looking pretty good on that one. Puts a safe shot to the back row. James Jackson kind of falling asleep and letting that one slide by.
This is Chargers leading here at 4, as this will be Isaac Delabo, the middle, at the service line. Puts it over.
At Foreman. And Dave O'Coin puts it down. Dave O'Coin, one of the guys that you really have to credit on this Fanshawe team. He's a 5th-year Warrior middle. He's been here for so long. He's grown with this program as Pat Johnson's come in and changed things up. If you're looking for the center of Fanshawe men's volleyball culture, David O'Coin is your guy.
Setting it up.
Tough dig in the back row there by Jackson.
ball hitting the ceiling there, as that point will go to the Chargers here, and this will be number 3, Rion Plante, the outside hitter from Comox, BC, a 4th-year veteran at the service line.
On that Foreman once again. So well to go off the block, out of bounds. We're all tied up at 5.
That ball going out of bounds off the front court block. Looks like Coach Johnson telling his players something. Formation. This will be Andre Foreman here.
Tough one there. You know what? If I'm the libero Gundrum on that one, I'm just going to let that go out. Canton so far has really been undersetting his middles, and they're not getting a good chance to get on top of that ball and get that one down. They're hitting it flat, and they're all going out of bounds. You just got to stay patient and wait to see where that one's going to fall.
Lethbridge setting up for a coin. David, a coin showing the power in that shot.
Don't see that play in the men's game too often, the step around, but O'Coin and Lethbridge run it perfectly there, spreading out the blockers, giving it that room, and he slams it down the line, 6-6. O'Coin with another big touch in the back row, big dig by David O'Coin.
Free ball to the Chargers.
And another miss set in the middle by Canton. That's 3 or 4 now that we've seen in the early goings of this match.
Now this will be the veteran, David O'Coin, at the service line here for Fanshawe. He puts it over.
Tough serve. Good dig by Foreman there on a 1-on-0, but Lethbridge can't get the job done in transition with the double touch.
Fault on Sebastian Lethbridge, as now the ball will be back in the hands of the Chargers, as this will be number 15, Douglas Waterman, the middle at the service line. Lethbridge setting it up to Jackson, but putting it out wide. Point goes to the Chargers.
You know, Lethbridge probably trying to do a little bit too much to draw the blockers away on that one. You saw him jump up, fake like he's going to hit the ball on 2, and then dish the ball to the outside. That set is way too tight, especially with a guy like Jackson. Just jack it up there, get it nice and high, and let him swing away, just like he's going to do here, and it pays dividends.
That block going out of bounds, and now the Falcons tie it up here at 8, as this will be Sebastian Lethbridge at the service line for the Falcons.
That's a big swing there by Bowers. He's got 2 already in this game so far. Haven't heard anything at all from Savannah Walking Bear. He's been very quiet so far. This game hasn't gotten any sets. We'll see if that continues. He's in the back row right now.
Jackson.
And that's the set that Jackson is looking for. That's the spacing Lethbridge needs to give him off the net. Give him that one-on-one, as if you're giving James Jackson a one-on-one on the outside like that, he's probably going to kill it about 95% of the time.
James Jackson, the big man here at the service line. As he puts it up. Chargers setting it up here.
Good touch there by Foreman on the block. Good dig by Walking Bear in the back row.
Setting it up there for Oaten, but hitting the net.
Otten trying to go away from the block a little too much there. Dylan Ball was nicely set up along with Bowers.
This will be Bowers here at the service line for the Chargers. Lethbridge setting it up for Otten again.
Oh, wait. Bowers does so well in the back row to keep that ball alive. Hits off the block, he reaches up, keeps it going. Unfortunately, they're not able to keep it going on the net.
Now this will be a specialist server here, Evan Raven, at the service line here.
by Lethbridge.
Ooh. Free ball to the Chargers.
Raven just needs to keep things simple on that one. Dre Foreman with a great dig, though. Gets up, puts it over.
This is walking there. Getting into his groove there. Savano, Walking Bear with the kill.
Absolutely, was kind of wondering why Canton didn't go to the right side there. With Dre Foreman down, would have given Ryan, I'm not entirely sure how that's pronounced, Plant, a 1-on-0, but he goes to the outside. O'Coin fights in the middle, and Walking Bear's got a 1-on-1 to put it away.
Lethbridge setting it up here for O'Coin. O'Coin saving it.
We've seen that so many times early on in this game where as Camosun's tipping, they're tipping right behind the block, and now we're seeing Seb Lethbridge, who's been charging that ball. This time he sees the tip shown, charges that ball, and they put it just behind him, kind of in that no man's land between 1 and 6. Good play there by Camosun.
Lethbridge setting it up here for Oden.
A right side set for Otten.
Be Walking Bear.
A little bit faster. Oh, kept alive by Gundrum. Nice job. Another good dig by this Fanshawe libero outside to Otten. Kept alive, though.
Plot squeaks it by a coin and gets the point. And it looks like Coach Patrick Johnston's calling the timeout here. Everett, Fanshawe had a quick start here, but now the lead has slipped over to the Chargers side. What does Patrick Johnston have to work here?
They don't really need to work on much. It's just about resettling the troops, getting back onto the game plan. I'm not entirely sure if they've got a serving game plan right now, who they're going at. They must, knowing Patrick Johnston as well as I do. I'm sure that they're going at someone. We haven't really seen that pay dividends yet. So it's really just executing when they can. There's simple little things like setting a transition that isn't 100% yet. They're not getting the swings in the ball that they'd like to. They're touching a lot of balls on defense, which is great, and that's showing that they're hustling, but they really just need to be a little bit more efficient on offense and start scoring on the opportunities that they have, because they're not going to get that many opportunities against this Camosun squad.
Now with the timeout over here, both teams will be heading back to the court as the Chargers have the 3-point lead in the first set.
One thing to remember about this Fanshawe squad is that they are such a young team. Lethbridge, Foreman, Jackson, Otten. Gundrum even's only a third year. You've really only got David O'Coin there, who's a veteran on this team. So it really comes down to how well Pat Johnson can manage the emotions of his young athletes.
And that's David O'Coin getting the kill, as now Fanshawe is at 11 here, and this will be number 9, Sam Otten, at the service line.
Otten, comes from a great volleyball family from here in London. His older brother plays at Ryerson University, actually, for the Rams.
Walking Bear, nice dig.
And if I'm not mistaken, that call should have been called out as soon as Walking Bear's foot touched the red mat on the outside.
Fanshawe down by 1 here as Otten still at the service line for the Falcons.
Otten, another strong serve going at the libero.
Great block there by a coin, and now the game's tied up here at 13.
And so far we're seeing a different libero from Camosun. Yesterday it was Elian Wong. Today it's another 5th year Tyler Manata. Kind of 50-50 so far. Not entirely sure how much volume he's gotten over the year, but struggling a little bit right now in serve receive, and that's kind of what's allowing Fanshawe to get back in this match as they go down from down 13-10, now up 14-13.
Walking Bear putting it out of bounds, and Fanshawe has the lead.
Fifth serve now, fourth for Sam Otten. It's alive, they keep it go.
Free ball to the Chargers.
Oh, big dig by Otten. Well, would really like to see someone take a swing on that. Oh, but it doesn't matter. As Walking Bear lets that one fall, I think he was expecting Manada to come up and take that one, but how quickly the tides have turned here.
Whatever Patrick Johnson said in the timeout must be working.
Absolutely. And it's not necessarily what he said. It's just allowing your players to take a breather, get a sip of water, regroup as a team, and go back at it together. As another tough serve by Sam Otten. Oh, and you know what? Captain Waterman, after a 5-point swing like that, he's not gonna let his team go down. As soon as he saw that opportunity, you knew he was going for the kill.
It'll be Rion Plante, the outside hitter at the service line. Lethbridge setting it up here for Jackson.
Oh.
Wow. James Jackson. Holy, what a shot by him.
James Jackson just comes flying out of the back row there. It was a decent pass. You know, Lethbridge, he's in the front row, so he only had two options. Opts to go to the pipe, and Jackson just blasts away, pegging Plante in the chest. Outside now to Walking Bear. Oh, he curves that one inside so well.
A great shot there by Walking Bear, finding that open spot.
You know what? And if Camosun's really going to want a chance on this, you've got to put the pressure on Walking Bear's back. But the question is, does the fifth year still have it in the tank? Does he still have that drive to go for it? You know, he's won a CCAA national championship already. Does he really want to go that hard for bronze?
Lethbridge getting that nice sneaky tap. Looks like Evan Raven will be back in the game there for the libero Guntram, as this will be David Aucoin at the service line.
You saw Aucoin rip a few spin serves last time, and don't often see middles with this type of athleticism who can hit a good spin serve and make digs in the back row, but as you see Aucoin really charging that seam, he's looking to pick up that tip in the pot, but great job there by him. Guntram is back in the game just like that. 17-16, Fanshawe leads.
This will be Douglas Waterman here at the service line. He puts it over. James Jackson, a great block there by Camosun. Double touch being called there on Fanshawe.
Lethbridge had the right idea, dumping that over on two as he had no attacking options, just did it way too sloppily.
Lethbridge setting it up there for Raven. Walking Bear. Over to Jackson. And it looks like Camosun struggling to contain Jackson here.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, most teams in the country, even looking at U-Sport teams, would have trouble containing Jackson on a one-on-one with a set like that. He is a very, very physically gifted athlete, and he's going to put away balls like that all day long.
Free ball to Fanshawe. Lethbridge will be setting up there for, but going out of bounds.
Sam Otten on the net there, and that's exactly the type of transition situation that Fanshawe needs to capitalize on. That set needs to be off the net, needs to be a little bit higher, and you can see Pat Johnson get a little bit of frustrating at that. They had the chance to go up 19-17, instead we're all tied up back at 18s. I believe the up referee makes the right call on that one, as everyone in the gym seemed to have the same reaction to that out call by the linesperson. I think that was the whole ball width's in. Pat Johnson, I think he agrees with me on that one.
This will be James Jackson here at the service line.
Jackson taking a little bit off of it from his initial serve that we saw. That swing there from Bowers off the block and out of bounds.
Game tied up here at 19. This will be Bowers at the service line. Just wide. And Fanshawe reaches 20 here in the first set. like it'll be Alec Bugler coming in to the game here.
He's just coming in to settle things down now for Fanshawe. Coming in almost as that second libero in the back row now that, you know, Gundram's out, especially at a point like this, 2019. James Jackson can sometimes be a liability on defense. Okay, sometimes, most of the time. And got to get someone in there who's going to dig the ball.
Be Evan Raven, serving specialist for Fanshawe.
And that's the dig that they wanted from him. Right there in transition, Foreman puts it away, and now Fanshawe has that 2-point advantage.
Andre Foreman getting that point, going off the block, and Camosun is calling a timeout. What does Camosun have to work on? They're obviously only down by 2, but a run by them, and they could easily win the set.
They got to get something going on offense. Right now, you haven't seen any consistency. You haven't really seen any player caught fire. They've kind of tried everything, and so far, everything's kind of lukewarm. You've got to get something on the stove and get it heated up.
Now, Walking Bear's been pretty quiet. How can they get his game rolling?
He just needs to get engaged emotionally. He's a very passionate and vocal player. So far, we haven't really seen that from him today. But if Walking Bear doesn't get going, someone else has to. Maybe it's Michael Bowers. Maybe the first year is going to come out and, you know, take a few big swings. Maybe it's Rian Plant on the right side of the court. Maybe you can start dishing the middles a little bit more. But someone's got to heat up right now for Camosun, because Fanshawe is just going to get stronger and stronger as this match goes on. And as players start, as you know, 10 o'clock start on a Saturday morning, there wasn't too many people, but now this place is starting to pack up. It's getting a little bit louder. We're only in the first, so by the third, you know, this place is going to be rocking.
This will be Evan Raven here for Fanshawe. Both teams back on the court after the timeout.
Well, Raven's been doing a great job so far in the middle for this Falcons team, playing opposite to David O'Coin, and puts on pressure when he serves that ball, and another off pass. Good dish to the outside. Otten.
This is Walking Bear. Lethbridge setting it up here for Otten. Get the point to. Point goes to Fanshawe.
And once again, Camosun just unable to take advantage of their opportunities. Another offset. Rian Plant's out, and now we're seeing that right side carousel that we saw last night for Camosun now in its Cole Beaver Potts.
And this will be Evan Raven here at the service line. A free ball to Fanshawe. Lethbridge will set it up here for but putting it out wide.
And you know, O'Coin knew he had that one. He knew he was going to one the entire way and just misses it, but he makes good contact with that ball.
Isaac Delabo, the middle at the service line for the Chargers.
Oh, you know what? Such credit to Sam Lethbridge. He knew where he was setting that ball as soon as the last point ended. He knew he was going right back to O'Coin. Great pass by Andre Foreman. O'Coin swings away and gets the point.
Looks like Fanshawe will be bringing back in James Jackson for some more offensive firepower here.
I think a bit of a miscommunication there as assistant coach Matt Poulin, otherwise known as Bones, sends James Jackson in a point early, so now Jackson's got to play some defense. Doesn't matter when Sam Otten serves like that. Woo!
Sam Otten getting the ace as Fanshawe is on set point.
Set point Bolton.
Sam Otten kissing the ball for good luck here.
Maybe going for it a little too much there, going for that hero back corner kill or back corner ace.
This will be Cole Beaver Potts here, looking to get the Chargers back in it here.
And you know what? On this serve, Otten's going to jump in and do a three-man serve receive, which is a little unconventional for this Fanshawe squad. Foreman's going to recycle that one. And point will put it away, and that is set number 1 going to Fanshawe, 25-21.
Point, getting that point there. Everett, your thoughts on the first set?
You know what? Steady job by Fanshawe. They weathered that early storm by Camosun. They got rid of their errors. Very, very clean volleyball in the second half of that first set.
Back here to that break. You're watching Falcons TV. At the start of the second set as Fanshawe taking that first set. Now, Everett, how can Fanshawe repeat what they did in the first set for the second set and grab a 2-set lead?
They just got to stay aggressive, stick with the game plan. They've been serving not super tough. They're not beating the skin off the ball, but they're going at it pretty hard. They're going at it with intent. They just got to keep on serving tough and building that strong defense around it. Their offense is going to take care of itself. You know, with the way Seth Lethbridge dishes that butter, the way he allows James Jackson to just swing away and runs it fast for Andre Foreman. That kind of dynamic is really difficult sometimes for teams to deal with, where you're running it fast all over the place and you have one guy that you sky the ball. It really throws off their timing sometimes.
Setting it up here. And a great point there for Beaver. Odds as they open it up here 1-0 in the second set. Will be number 14, Håkon Ostrup from Norway, the fourth-year outside hitter. Setting it up to Jackson, almost getting that one. This will be Walking Bear, great block there. Jackson.
You know what? We're seeing Håkon Ostrup back in the game now for Camosun. Saw him a lot last night. I wonder why they don't keep him in more often. He doesn't necessarily get, put the points before like the other guys, but he's so detailed and so skilled on the defensive side of the game. His ball control is so high that if he's going to be in if he's on the court, he's going to allow his other hitters an opportunity to get kills because he's passing so well.
Jackson putting it out wide here, as this will be Isaac Delabo. The middle here, second-year veteran from Victoria, BC.
Foreman with another great pass. Auden! Wow!
Damn, Auden getting that point, getting his groove back.
Big swing down the line there, but it all starts with the pass by Andre Foreman. And it was so impressive by Foreman and Gundrum. They split that court 50-50, only a two-man service even. Their passing has been lights out so far this morning.
We have Raven here. Walking Bear. Free ball to the Chargers here. This is Walking Bear again. Savannah, Walking Bear.
And you know what? That's the exact type of play that Hakan Ostrom does, those little things. No slide against Michael Bowers, but how quickly he was on that ball and how specifically he passed it 2.5, allowing Camosun to run a very quick transition defense or offense, and that allowed Walking Bear to get that kill there.
Game tied up here at 3, as this will be Sam Auden at the service line. As always, kissing the ball for good luck.
Once again, a low set for Waterman on the 51. Oh, Andre Foreman! So smart. There's a big block there. I'm not entirely sure what happened with that Camosun defense.
Camosun sleeping on that one, as Fanshawe has the lead here at 4.
Now with another off pass, making it difficult for Camosun. Ooh, deft little play there by David O'Coin. Ostrom, and that will be a backrow attack by.
Another ball there for Camosun. Fanshawe up by 2, as Auden still continues at the service line. Walking Bear.
Oh, Walking Bear. So powerful.
Lethbridge setting it up here for Foreman. Foreman getting it past. Now, Foreman has been a bit quiet here in his offensive game. Is this a good way to spark him up?
You know what? You don't really need to get him Foreman and get him sparked up. And that's one of the things I love about Andre Foreman. I've been watching him for years now as he's come up through the OVA. And, you know, at Camp Madawaska and stuff. And Andre Foreman understands his role on the team. He knows that JJ is the big #1 hitter. He knows that Otten's also expected to put some balls away. Andre Foreman is there for ball control. He's there to steady things down. And he's there to make those plays like that where he's chiseling off the block. He's using that block. He's making the smart plays. He's not going to be the guy to get the big bang. He's not going to be the guy to, you know, put up 20 time and time again. He's going to do all the little things right, and when he's lied to, he will score.
Walking Bears, he puts it over.
We're seeing a little bit more, wow, James Jackson out of the back row, and that is almost an international level pipe there. Right there, you know, there's not too many guys I've seen in Canada hit a pipe ball like that. There you go by the names of Gord Perrin, Stephen Marshall, and Nick Howard.
Be Andre Foreman here at the service line. Fanshawe up by 3. Just losing that one. Didn't look comfortable on the serve. That's a point for the Chargers here. This will be Douglas Waterman serving it here for Camosun.
Another great pass there by Foreman outside to JJ. And you know what? If you're a Savannah Walking Bear, if that block is being set up like it is right now, you need to position yourself almost on the outside of the court in 6 back, because, you know, with a guy like James Jackson, He's not going to look to go around the block. He's not going to look for the skilled shot around. He's really just going to look to beat it over the top because he can do that every single time.
This is Ostrom.
Oh, Ostrom.
Great shot there by Ostrom, just squeaking it in. This will be Matthew Canton here for the Chargers. Camosun down by 2 here. Bit of a mistake there, hitting the net, and the ball back in the hands of Fanshawe, as this will be Sebastian Lethbridge.
Nice little short serve there.
Another point for Fanshawe.
We're really starting to see that, especially with that serve. They're trying to take Ostrom out of the play and forcing Camosun to go to the middle to Delaba or to Beaver Potts on the outside. Right now, with this rotation, is probably the weakest for Camosun, with Savannah Walking Bear in the back row and Beaver Potts on the left. Oh, it's kept alive.
Ostrom over to Walking Bear, getting it past the libero. Now this will be Ostrom at the service line here for the Chargers. Another tossing mistake.
That's a couple of serving errors in a row for this Camosun team. You know, it's really unfortunate. They shoot themselves in the foot time and time again. We saw it last night in the semifinal against Limalu, that there was, you know, definitely opportunities where they could get back in the game, where they thought, looks like they had cracked the door open, and then they follow it up with, you know, a silly play or an error like that.
Walking Bear. Point going to the Chargers. Now, Everett, how important is it to practice on your serving?
Oh, it is the most important, you know. Coaching club volleyball, we work on serving from the first day of practice onward. You know, that first touch, that first contact of the game, whether it's a serve and pass, is the most important of volleyball.
Leopard setting up for Foreman, but putting it out wide. And the Chargers are just down by 2.
And you know what? Foreman probably trying to do a little bit too much there, trying to go for the hero shot cross court. Waterman's not doing a great job right now of closing that block. He's got space in that seam, and if he can just calmly put it, you know, off the arm of Waterman as he's closing that block, he's going to have a lot more success.
Great block there by Waterman, as this will be Sam on. Way high, and that's Camosun are now just down by 1 here in the second set. This will be number 6, Isaac Delabo. Serving it here for the Chargers.
Great pass there by Gundren. Oh, Walking Bear puts that one over. It's kept alive by Delaba, though.
Leopard sending it up here for Samon. Nice dig there by Jackson. Foreman giving it back to Camosun.
Great rally going on here. Both teams just swinging away. Under with a great dig, transition opportunity now. Jackson out of the pipe, kept alive.
Another great block. Walking Bear.
Good take there by Gundrum. Oh!
Putting it out wide. What a great rally that was.
Back and forth, back and forth. Both teams getting their swings, both teams getting their chances, both teams playing defense. But just like that, we saw an 11-7 lead evaporate for the Fanshawe Falcons.
Delabo here.
And on the one-on-one, puts Fanshawe back in the lead.
Looks like David Acoy, the veteran, will be coming back into the game here for Fanshawe, as this will be Evan Raven serving here for the Falcons. way wide. Another faulty error there by Fanshawe. Game tied back up here at 12. Looks like this will be Gabriel Freund.
Freund? Is that Freud?
Yeah, think German.
Like Sigmund.
They got the lead.
I'm going to continue my love fest on David Acoin a little bit. He's the type of player that coaches love. You know what? He comes into the gym, works so hard every day, and what makes him so successful is looking at him. He's not very big, he's not very tall, he's not very athletic, but he does his job 100% of the time to the fullest. You know, he's always in position, he's always ready to hit that ball, he's always ready on the touch. Whoa!
Just hitting the net.
That was the weirdest double touch I've ever seen. Jackson kind of played it off of his own shoulder. Unfortunately, no replay on that one, but.
And with that, the game's tied up here at 13. This will be Savannah Walking Bear.
So good by Seth Lethbridge. Such a well-timed dump, well-timed tip.
Great sneaky tap in there by Lethbridge. Camosun just wasn't ready for that one. Now this will be Foreman here at the service line. Ostrom not happy with that one.
Yeah.
And now Fanshawe has the 2-point lead.
Ostrom's usually so strong on serve receive on plays like that. Expecting that ball from Foreman to drop, and it doesn't. Handcuffs him, passes it into the ceiling. Now he goes short this time. Another tough force in the middle. And then Seb Lethbridge is going to turn around and he's like, hey, you want to see how to force the middle? This is how you force the middle.
And now Coach Charles Parkinson calls a timeout. What does Camosun have to do to work on here? You know, they're only down by 3. What's their game plan?
Their game plan is something's got to get going in the middle. Right now you're seeing an interesting conversation between Canton and head coach Charles Parkinson on the bench. You got to give it to our middles higher. You got to give our guys a chance to swing away. You're undersetting them right now. You know, Waterman's a big dude out there. He's probably 6'6", 6'7", and he's getting set only an inch or two above the net. Got to put it in his wheelhouse and let him swing away, and you're starting to see frustration now from head coach Charles Parkinson.
Now, what's working well for Fanshawe?
Fanshawe is just able to play good defense, and they're capitalizing on their opportunities. That's really what all they've got to do right now with the way that Camosun's playing discombobulated.
With that, both teams will be heading back onto the court here with the timeout over. Fanshawe, 3-point lead here in the second set, are looking to take the set away and be up 2-0.
Interested to see how much longer Canton is given the opportunity here. And you know what? Kyle Borden is looking down the bench longingly towards his head coach, being like, hey, put me in, coach. I'm still good to go.
This will be Foreman here at the service line.
Obviously, Parkinson opting to give the start to Canton right now in his 4th year, possibly his last game. But Canton answers after that timeout. He goes, hey, look what I can do.
Canton looking a bit quiet here on his offensive game. Gets a nice tap.
You know, you're looking at the stats on the board right now. You see 3 Fanshawe players with 7 points and 1 with 5. You know, across James Jackson, Sam Otten, Andre Foreman, and David Acoin. It's really such a spread out offense. And you know, you're looking on the other side of the net. Only 6 for Savannah Walking Bear. You know, Michael Bowers, who's not even in the court, has 4. So really struggling to score points on the Camosun side.
Ostrom.
Oh, good swat down there by Lethbridge. They're going to force that right side set.
Jackson. Free ball to the Chargers.
And Akinostrom using Irvin Engapeth type swing there. The ball set behind him. Roundhouses it behind his head.
Now this will be Matthew Canton here, serving it for the Chargers.
Woo-wee! That 33 inside is running smoothly for the Fanshawe.
James Jackson, once again, showing the power he has.
And you know what? It's all how Seth Lethbridge runs that offense. He's been going outside. We haven't seen that inside set at all morning, and finally he opens up that can of worms.
Bridge sending it up. Raven. They dig there by the libero.
Oh, good dig there by Andre Foreman, the Gator.
Gundrum giving it over to Jackson, but hitting the net.
Jackson there not ready to swing on that ball in transition. And especially a guy like him, he's got to understand that the ball's coming to you, dude, especially in transition situations. So he's got to bust his butt, get off the net, get back into position, and be ready to get that next set. He just wasn't ready for it that time.
Ostrom as he puts it over.
Oh, good hustle. Oh.
Ostrom serve, intimidating Foreman there.
Now let's see if Camosun and Hakan Ostrom can manufacture some points with his serve here. Going out aggressively. Great pass there by the Falcons.
Bridge giving it over to Oden. Another great block.
Oh, Jackson with the dig.
Free ball to the Chargers.
Oh, it's a tight pass in transition.
Point being awarded to Fanshawe here. Will be James Jackson at the service line here for Fanshawe. Walking Bear. Great dig there by Gundrum.
Such a good set there by Seth Lethbridge. That was a little bit tight.
And a great block there by number 10, Gabriel Freund. And now the Chargers are just down by 1.
Yeah, a little bit of tight set there by Gundrum. And Andre Foreman, seeing those arms in front of him, has no choice but to kind of swing away. No room. Hoping for the best on that one.
Delabo.
So quick on that draw.
Lethbridge sending it up there to Foreman.
That is long.
Fanshawe has 20 here. Libero, Tyler Remenda coming back in for the Chargers. Looks like David Coyne will also be back in for Fanshawe.
Fanshawe's got their grinder back out there. David O'Coyne. You know what? He's in his 5th year. He's going to do everything in his power that this team leaves with a bronze medal today.
Walking Bear.
Woo!
Awarding the point.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with head coach Charles Parkinson. That ball was way down before he touched the net. That ball was like down into the ball person's hands already before he touched the net.
Douglas Waterman telling the coach what the referee.
Nice. I'd have to agree with Charles Parkinson on that one.
Parkinson showing his frustration, not liking that one. Be Evan Raven here for Fanshawe.
And you know what? That time he was.
And another timeout by Parkinson. All the momentum going back to Fanshawe here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's unfortunate. Tough call for Camosun. And then, you know, a little bit over-eager, maybe a little bit overzealous. That ball set a little bit tight, and he's forced to go over once again. And what was, you know, a 2-point game and has now up into a 4-point game really late.
Now, how can Camosun respond after this timeout?
They just got to keep their wits about them. They got to stay level-headed. They can't get, you know, the bad officiating calls get into their head. Once they let the officials get into their head, they're done.
Now, what's working well for Fanshawe here?
Fanshawe's just got a lot of things going on. You know, looking at the scoreboard once again, you've got all of your offensive units, you know, running, and especially everyone is playing their role perfectly. You know, looking at a guy like Evan Raven, he has really impressed me much. He's always there, he's always up, he's always ready to be set, he's always working hard to get into position, and that's kind of that difference. Right now, Fanshawe is willing to work hard for that, you know, the extra 1 or 2%, and that extra 1 or 2% is what's resulting in the lead right now.
Timeout over. Both teams head back onto the court here, as this will be Evan Raven at the service line here for Fanshawe. Putting it over. Camosun's
Waterman. You know what? David O'Coin with another hustle play. Oh, but Waterman's going to be able to put that one away. And still, you know, Waterman's doing a much better job at adjusting. He's a lot further off the net. But that set is still nowhere near high enough for him. The dude's huge. Put it up for them. Let him swing away. You know, there's one thing about running it fast, but there's another thing about running it stupid when you're running it way too low for your middles.
Leopard setting it up here to Odin. This is Walking Bear. Middleman arguing that it hit off the player's fingertip.
I have to kind of agree with him on that one, that, you know, I would tend to agree it's such a quick play. Unfortunately, there's no challenge system set up in the CCAA. And now we're going to see the head referee call over the down ref for a little bit of a discussion.
Talking about here. Now, if this point is awarded to the Chargers, could this be a momentum booster for them?
Absolutely, if they can come out of this one, you know, with a big serve. And it looks like that is going to be changed sides. I tend to agree with the call. I didn't specifically see a touch, but that ball's moving so fast, it's really hard to.
Now the Chargers.
You know, now it's really on to the Chargers server here. Gabriel Freud to put in a tough serve. You know, it's going to be 22-19. Whoa.
22-20 here, just waiting.
You got a first year there who guess hasn't played much ball and doesn't know to wait for the whistle. Now everyone on the court is just standing around.
Now this is volleyball. It's all about having fun.
Now we're going to see a bit of a discussion. Of course, you know, the initial call, all the calls from the outside are saying, or from the line, people are saying that there was no touch on that last ball. And I tend to agree with that call, though I do think that there was a touch on Walking Bear's attack.
Now we await the referee to blow the whistle here, as he does, and this will be Gabriel Freud.
Why not give it to your fifth year to get you back in the rhythm of things just like that? And, you know, that's especially where David O'Coin's leadership and veteran mentality is perfect. You know, maybe after that play, you know, maybe Andre Foreman isn't all in that. Maybe James Jackson, or he's not on the court, maybe isn't all in there. But give it to David O'Coin, and you know he's ready to go.
Bit of a sloppy mistake there, and that's a point for the Chargers as they look to stay alive in the set. On a walking bear. Upbridge setting it up here for Foreman.
Set a little inside for him. He's not able to swing away like he'd like to. Oh, and Camosun now starting to come alive. And you know what? That can sometimes happen when you feel like you're playing across the country. You're playing in an enemy gym. You're playing against a hometown team. The refs are maybe, you know, in their opinion, the refs are kind of going against them. Hey boys, the whole world's against us. We got our backs against the wall. Now let's just fist fight our way out of here, and that's exactly what Camosun is doing right now. Oh.
Walking Bear couldn't retrieve.
You know, you have to think if Walking Bear makes that dig there, and they get a kill 23-23, then things are starting to lean towards Camosun's side.
The set point as Andre Foreman will take it here.
Set point for Fanshawe. That goes long. Camosun is still alive right now.
Camosun down by one here. Looks like they'll be bringing in an offensive attack, bringing Isaac Delabo back into the game. Beat Douglas Waterman.
Woo-wee!
And James Jackson takes that set with the kill. Fanshawe wins it 25-23 and are now one set away from sweeping this Camosun team. Thoughts on this second set?
You know what? If Fanshawe has their sights set on that bronze medal match, you see they're willing to do all the little things. They're willing to, you know, go after balls. They're willing to play scrappy and dirty. But at the same time, they're firing on all cylinders. You know, James Jackson's got 11 points through 2. David O'Coin has 8. Sam Otten has 7. Andre Foreman has 6. They're spreading that offense really nice and just giving all their hitters an opportunity right now.
And with that, we'll be heading to break, and we'll be back here for the third set. Chargers?
You know what? This Chargers team has been there time and time again. I mentioned it before that. Oh, I'm sorry, kind of lost my track there. I'm getting too many Snapchats right now, but. As bold as they can go. You know, you've got Rion Plant back on, you've got Walking Bear, you've got Hakan Ostrom. And you know what I'm seeing for the first time on the Camosun side is some smiles. Hey man, these are our boys. These are the guys that we've battled with for so long, and for so many of these guys, it's probably the last tournament they're going to be playing. So you know what? They're just going out now for these third set to go have a lot of fun and see if they can, make this one a little bit longer.
And now this will be number 8, Matthew Kent here, who will start off the serve here for the Chargers.
Hi.
Here.
Good, how are you? Oh.
We'll wait for the decision here. And hitting that net, and Fanshawe will open it up here with the point. And now this will be number 6, the big man, James Jackson. Serving it here for Fanshawe. Jackson putting it over. But out wide. And now this will be number 14, Hakan Ostrom here. We'll see how he can respond. Foreman. Andre Foreman getting that point, just barely squeaking it right in the line.
What makes Andre Foreman so good is how quickly he can move his arm. He's almost like a pitcher, bit of a shorter player, got shorter arms, but he's really can move really quick to get any cut he wants on that ball, and that time he's able to split through right through the block with a quick swing.
Ball there on Camosun, and now Fanshawe has that 3-1 lead.
You know what? And Camosun's going to want to make sure that things don't get out of hand here early in this set. If Fanshawe starts smelling blood, things might get ugly now for Camosun.
Sending it up. Barely squeaking it by Foreman and a coin, and now the Chargers are just down by 1.
You know what? I don't want to go on a limb here too early, but I think this one might be the best set we've seen all game. Camosun's just got a different fire. They've got that older lineup, a bunch of guys who've been played together for a long time, and they're just jacked up about being on the court together. Gundrum let that one go, and it was real close.
Smart call there by Gundrum, and now the Chargers regain their 2-point lead. This will be Sam Ott here.
Again, we see Canton undersetting Waterman. At this point, just send him a meter ball. Just get that ball up there. Gotta put it up.
Another faulty error there by the Chargers. Now Fanshawe has a 3-point lead. Again, setting it up here. And the libero, Gundrum just couldn't contain that one. This will be Rion Plant here. Puts it over. Lethbridge setting it up here for a coin.
We saw it a little bit recently with Brazil's Bruno and Lucas, how they run that slide, but man, I don't know if I've ever seen a men's team run that slide as well as Lethbridge and no coin do it. And the look on their faces afterwards, you can tell they love running that play.
Walking Bear. Great dig there by Gundrum, as this will be James Jackson. James Jackson continuing to dominate the defense of the Chargers.
And things are starting to get a little bit precarious now for the Camosun Chargers. Interestingly enough, they've opted to serve Hakan Ostrom short all night long. So I'm interested to see what Andre Foreman does here. Is he going to pop it short, or is he going to go long? Nope, pops it short. This time at Waterman, who steps in and takes it with his hands. Oh, and that set outside is a little too often.
Walking Bear, not...
You know what? Watching Canton set this match as opposed to Kyle Borden, Canton is really just lacking that rhythm of the game. He is lacking, the understanding the rhythm of his hitters. I'm not entirely sure why, and now we're seeing Borden come back in, and Borden definitely has that softer touch. He can pause that ball in his hands for a second and kind of see where the blockers are, where the defense matched up, who do I have as my hitters? Whereas Canton just kind of chucks the ball out to the outside, and Borden's first set is going to go to the C ball, and Blunt puts that one long. Now it's 6-point lead for Fanshawe as they lead 9-3.
A much needed timeout by the Chargers. Everett, what can the Camosun do to stop this lead from growing bigger?
They just got to grind points out one by one, and they can't look to go for broke on their side out. They've got to kind of relish engaging in rallies and making sure that they can kind of, put some chinks in the armor of Fanshawe right now. Right now, they're just making error after error after error, and they've got to put something in the court and just set up to play some defense and just go from there.
Now it's been a matchup between two good setters. What's working well for Sebastian Lethbridge today, as where Canton is struggling?
You know what? And I've seen Lethbridge come up through the ranks here in the OVA, and if he, if it wasn't for his height, he would definitely be one of the top. And you know what? At this point, I'm willing to say that he's one of the top setters in Ontario. His hands are so good, and he understands the game at such a detailed level. He understands that rhythm of the game, and that's one of the most important things for your setter to know. He's your quarterback of the offense. He's the Tom Brady back there. If he's not firing at all cylinders, then it's really tough for the rest of the team to get up around him. That's what we've seen so far on the Camosun side. Canton just not having that relationship with the guys like Lethbridge does, and I think that Lethbridge, that mainly comes as well from his relationship with his team off the court. As much as he is a good leader on the court, he's a great setter, he knows these guys so well in and out that they're able to have those candid conversations of exactly how they want that ball. And he can deliver it as well.
Borden setting it up there for Waterman, and Waterman gets the point.
Yeah, and you know what? Right off the bat, second set from Borden, he's going to go right to the middle, try that 31 shoot that you haven't seen from Canton. Right off the bat, it's high enough for Waterman, and he's able to get the kill.
This will be Savannah Walking Bear here at the service line. Bridge setting it up for Jackson. James Jackson getting the crowd on their feet. And now we're seeing a substitution here. Evan Raven coming back into the game. This will be a coin here, serving for the Falcons. Ostrom, that sneaky tap. Much needed point there for the Chargers. Looks like this will be Douglas Waterman here at the service line for the Chargers. Camosun just down by 5 here. Great dig there by Walking Bear. This will be Lethbridge setting it up for Jackson.
Talked about it a little bit in the last set, that if Walking Bear really wants to defend on James Jackson, whenever you're setting James Jackson, you need to give it high. You can't run that fast offense. You need to really jack it up so your blockers have chance to set up a two-man block to really get solidified. If I'm Savannah Walking Bear, I want to put my toes on that baseline so that I'm taking everything that's going high off the block.
Hitting net there. That's a point for Camosun. Will be Kyle Bourdon here. The first here from Victoria, BC. Great block there. And now Camosun look to contain this lead.
Absolutely, we saw this in the last set where Fanshawe was leading 11-7 and Camosun tied it up. Back again at 11-all. Let's see if Bourdon can do the same. Bit of an underset there for Rapp. Outside. Hakan-Ostrom is shut down by James Jackson.
Another point there for Fanshawe.
You know, with the size and athleticism of Jackson, you really have the ability to put him kind of anywhere and let him swing and block out of anywhere when he's on the court. You know, whether it's left side or the middle, the right side. Obviously, with his physicality, he's a natural middle player, but we saw him blocking really well on the right there.
Setting it over. Just squeaking by the block there of Ravden and Odin. Now Camosun just down by 4.
You know, this will be gut check time in here, these points. If they can stay close with Fanshawe in this middle part of the set, then they're going to be within striking range at the end when they typically tend to come alive.
Sam Owen finding that open pocket there, getting the point. It looks like a coin will be back into the game here for Fanshawe. We have Raven here. There, Camosun. It looks like Gundram will be back in. This is Delabo. Serving it over. Lethbridge setting it to a coin.
Oh. And you know what? That's the type of play that is what makes Seb Lethbridge so good. He's not in a position to set that middle. That ball is low, his hands are by his nose, but he understands that Camosun realizes as well. They're getting ready to go to the outside, and full marks on David O'Coin. He's there, he's ready, he's up, and Seb Lethbridge just puts it right in his window for him to put it away, and that is going to be an error for Camosun. Now a 15-9 lead. Fanshawe can smell it.
It'll be Sam Odin here.
Rian Plant still complaining about the no untouch call on that one. I can't say I saw a touch. We're sitting right here.
Walking Bear. Great dig there by Foreman. This is a coin. Another great block there by Waterman and going out of bounds.
You know, and it's hustle plays like that that show what kind of team Fanshawe is. They are a, you know, nose to the grind, and they're never going to stop working team. They've got a lot of skill on this team. They're a little bit undersized, but they are going to work until that last point. Even up by 5, they're still chasing balls down.
And another point there by Sebastian Lethbridge with the dump. It'll be Andre Foreman here. Bourdon sending it over to Walking Bear. Great point. Going off that block. Looks like this will be Savannah Walking Bear here at the service line for the Chargers. James Jackson. Wow, what a cannon by him.
And James Jackson is, you know what? He's a powerhouse on that left side. And, you know, it was funny I remember last year, midway through the season, once they moved him to the outside, and, you know, watching him come up through the ranks here in the OVA. He's always played middle, always been a high flyer. You know, played middle on the youth national team a few years ago, along with Lethbridge, actually. But then Pat Johnson decided to move him out to the left side, and instead of having Andre Foreman as a libero, put him on the left side as well, and it's really paid dividends for Fanshawe. It's allowed them to play a very unique style of play. It's not that conventional three-man service where you've got, you know, your big hitter on the right side pin and two more skilled guys on the left. You've got a huge hitter on your left side pin, and when you've got Seb Lethbridge out there who could, you know, just like a chess master, plan out every piece throughout the game, you know, you're going to get your big guy a lot of swings.
Lethbridge here at the service line. Fanshawe up by 6. Another costly mistake as they have to give it back to Fanshawe.
Oh, tough free ball pass there by Sam Otten. But James Jackson is there.
James Jackson just containing the Charger team. And another timeout by Camosun. It looks like the Chargers are just slipping away. They just cannot contain this offense that Fanshawe has.
You know what? It's all about mentality coming in. And we talked a little bit on the onset of this match of coming in when you won your game yesterday as opposed to losing game. That mentality is a lot different. You know, they woke up yesterday morning dreaming about a gold medal match today. They woke up yesterday morning dreaming about that medal match. And then last night they lose, you know, pretty handily. And then they got to wake up this morning and think about, hey, if we want a medal, we got to play 2 matches. And sometimes that's a little bit of a daunting task. Whereas Fanshawe, on the other side of the things, they take down Mohawk in an epic 5-setter yesterday. That's an emotional high for them. And they wake up this morning like, hey, boys, we got a chance for a medal, which is a huge difference from yesterday morning when they, you know, after they had lost their quarterfinal match. So at this point, it's just that difference in mentality that's really weighing down on Camosun and really bringing up Fanshawe.
Now, how can Fanshawe close it out and take this match?
They just got to stay the course. They just got to stay steady. You know, Jackson's going to be moving to the back row here in the next rotation, but that doesn't matter. You still had it coming out of the pipe, and you still got weapons all over the place. Jackson, you know, he's comfortably leading scoring right now with 17 points, but it, oh wow, what a pancake by Seb Lethbridge.
What?
Delaba just trying to do a little bit too much with that ball, and you're starting to see that frustration overflow as number 13 on Fanshawe's bench, Kevin Best, is already given the wave to the Camosun bench.
Lethbridge hitting the net there.
So, you know, right now Camosun is in a 7-point hole, with Fanshawe only 5 points away from booking their spot in that bronze medal match. And, you know, looking at the turnout for this crowd here, I'd be really interested to see how many people show up for that bronze medal match. I heard it was rocking here on Thursday night. The crowd here yesterday afternoon for the match against Mohawk was also fantastic. And, you know, for that bronze medal match, I'm really hoping the people of London come out and cheer on this Fanshawe squad.
Well, with my 2 years here at Fanshawe, that Thursday game had to be the loudest and biggest crowd I've ever seen in this gym. So I'm hoping the same here for the bronze medal match tonight.
Absolutely. Communications Director Rob Thorpe here was telling me that they had over 1,200 people in this gym, which is incredible for CCAA, unless you're hanging out at Briarcrest Seminary.
This will be Ostrom. Lethbridge setting it up here for Foreman. Great dig. Free ball to Camosun. Wow, Rion Blott getting that point.
And you know what? At this point, that's all Camosun can do. They can just go headstrong into every single point and really hope that they come out with it.
Ostrom. Great dig there by the liberos. This is Walking Bear. Another good block there by So Jackson just hitting the net. And that's a point for Camosun.
Now a timeout called by Fanshawe. They're just going to look to settle the troops. Sometimes you can, when you're getting close to that finish line, you kind of start looking at that ribbon instead of the rocks that are in front of you, and that's what they're doing right now. They're just tripping over their own feet. Pat Johnson's not going to have too much to say here in this timeout. Just, hey boys, let's settle things down and let's stay on that course. Let's go get those 4 points that, you know, book our trip into the bronze medal match.
Now, Everett, that timeout previously is working for Camosun. They're looking to crawl back into this, cover the lead and tie it up.
Absolutely, and you know what? You're looking down at the Camosun bench, and they're all smiles down there. They've got nothing to worry about. They know their back's up against the wall, and sometimes that's a good position to be in. You know, there's only one way to go.
Now, with Fanshawe heading back onto the court here, we await Camosun. Camosun looking to respond.
Just a little bit sloppy from Fanshawe the past few points. They'll be sure to tighten things up.
Now this will be Huck and Ostrom here. Not happy with that one.
And that is not what you want to see from your fourth-year guy out of a timeout.
Now the ball going back into the hands of Fanshawe. This will be Evan Rav here. Walking Bear.
Awesome, you got a touch on the game ball. That's always good luck.
Wow. Maybe I should have volleyed it back.
You know what? That's always preferable. If you can add a little bit of skill into it, volley it back right to the person, and just calmly go back to calling the game. People always appreciate that.
So we have Raven here.
Coyne just being a warrior at the net, getting a touch on that one. Oh, pancake by Foreman. And David O'Coyne.
Just hitting.
It looks like he had it. Looks like he could take a good cut on it, put that one over, but unfortunately just hits the tape and dribbles onto his own side. Hustle plays there by Fanshawe. Even up at this point in the match, you see big pancake by Foreman. You know, Lethbridge sprawls over him to keep the ball alive.
Looks like Camosun bringing in Harrison Archdeacon. First time in the game here. Lethbridge setting it up here for Foreman.
Inside set there is dug by Borden. Launch is dug by Foreman.
Free ball back to the Chargers here.
And Walking Bear with the kill.
As you can see, ever since Camosun made that substitution, the offense has been looking much better with Kyle Borden as a setter.
Absolutely, Kyle Borden, he's got that nice touch. I'm really, really excited to see what comes of him over the next few years. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the U Sports ranks in the coming seasons. You know what? He's got that really nice touch. He knows how to run the offense. He looks calm, cool, collected at all times. You know, we saw that exchange from Parkinson and Canton a little bit earlier where the two kind of seem to be going at each other a bit of disagreement, whereas Kyle Borden just seems to go in, and he does the job, and he's nice and calm like a setter should be.
Great block there by Waterman. Free ball back to the Chargers.
Kept alive there by Fanshawe. Oh, and Walking Bear with a big cross-court swing.
Much needed point as Camosun are really looking to get back into this one.
I know we've seen this from Camosun all tournament long, and at this point it's going to be a race. 225. Can Fanshawe get those 2 points before Camosun can get 4? We're seeing Alec Boogler coming back into the game now. And this serve, and now we have match point Fanshawe.
Not something you want to commit this late into the game. And see if Sam Houghton here can close it off and book their spot into the bronze medal. Fortunately, Odin hitting the net there, and Camosun staying alive.
Serve into the net now, but Fanshawe has 4 match points to take this away. And you've got a three-man. Oh no, they're stopped him with the 2-man serve. You see O'Coin and Foreman in the front row.
And it's over. Fanshawe will book a spot into the bronze medal as they sweep away the Camosun Chargers. The fans are on their feet. Great game for Fanshawe. How did it work well for Fanshawe this game? What worked well?
Fanshawe just came out and everything was firing. Their service heat was going. Their serving pressure was on. Offensively, they were outstanding across the board. Fanshawe just really playing an entire complete game over the course of this bronze medal semifinal.
Now, what's going on with the mentality of Camosun? It's official that they're not unable to win a medal.
Well, now their tournament's done and over with. So, you know what? It's been a long season for them. I'm sure they're going to be a lot of happy. A lot of people didn't expect him to even be here. A lot of people were looking at, either VIU or Fraser Valley or maybe Douglas to be in this position. Camosun kind of surprised everyone at the end of the season to come in to be the Pac North, to beat the Pac West. So, you know what? Great job by Camosun just to get here and to be at the championships.
Now, Fanshawe will either play the winner of Medicine Hat or VIU. What team would Fanshawe would look forward to playing?
You know what? Neither. Both teams are so strong. Medicine Hat, with the CCAA Player of the Year, they're such a good team. They've got something to prove after letting that game slip away from them to Camosun on Thursday. But on the other side of things, VIU is a monster of a team. Really, really good job by them. So it's going to be a battle this next game.
As we can see here, Waterman being named Player of the Game for Camosun. What did you love about James Jackson's game today?
James Jackson, he's just a high flyer and he's a banger, They're going to put the ball up for him and he's going to get his points. He stayed steady. I didn't get to see the Thursday night match, unfortunately, as I was coaching my club team, but apparently he was very quiet, wasn't swinging aggressively like we saw him today, and that's the way his game. He's going to play one game. He's not going to be able to switch it up and just give him all the opportunities to play that game. That's exactly what he did.
And with that, Fanshawe will book a spot into the bronze medal match as they await the next game's winner. And the game will be played at 6 o'clock tonight. Fanshawe taking the victory. My name is Patrick Malinowski, and thank you, Everett Delmore, and we'll be back with the next match.